board members, my name is Carlos Gainar. So for your benefit and the benefit of the public, just want to announce that we don't have a quorum as of right now. I have 6:10. We had just made an announcement that we would wait another 5 minutes or so. So let me say a few words. Again, my name is Carlos Gainar. I don't think that I've had the pleasure of meeting any of you, or some of you I have. But I am the Director of Planning and Zoning. With me is Diana Rodriguez from Parks and Recreation. She usually helps manage the IT. Juan Espinosa, also from IT. We have Yadira Magana, Judith Rodriguez, Marwan Bati, who's our attorney. Judith and Yadira work in the front desk as planning clerks, and so they are the face of the planning department when they interact with the public. And then we have our building official, Jose Valderrama, who was ready and excited to give the presentation tonight. Listen, again, I apologize to the members of the public, right? We are not going on a year and a half that this body has not met. I think it's a combination of one or two members not being available. Trust me, I am, and my staff is equally frustrated. Every month, we go through the process of posting the agenda, getting the agenda items ready. Judith, who sends the email, who makes the phone call, it's usually one or two members that we just can't meet quorum. So even up until this week, when we thought that we were going to have quorum, we were really excited, and I just asked Judith as of yesterday, please send the email on Friday, send the email on Monday, call on Tuesday, call on Wednesday. And again, it was our understanding that we would have the 6 members to be able to make the quorum and for you all to conduct business. So again, I apologize. I know it's a waste of your time. Certainly it's a waste of our time. Certainly it's a waste of resources when you have to pay my salary, all of our salaries to be here an extra hour, 2 hours. Certainly it's a waste of time for the public. And so I don't know what else to say. Again, we will continue to reiterate our frustration to the city manager and the city council. But it is my hope, and again, it's not for lack of trying, it is my hope that hopefully we could get a quorum again in February. With that, I think that there's no business that can be conducted because there's not a quorum. There's no, it really, again, it's frustrating. Again, I recognize it's a waste of your time, and certainly it's a waste of our time and the public's time. And we'll continue to meet with the public to ensure that if we do have a meeting, that they're also here next month. Mr. Gallina? Yes, ma'am.
If I could make a suggestion that you could take back to City Council and the City Manager. The state statute only requires a 5-member Board of Adjustments. Quorum, our ordinance, for whatever reason, requires that everything be heard in front of 6. If we follow the state statute and make that 6th individual that wasn't able to make it today, or whoever,
yes, ma'am,
another alternate, it seems that we may be able to move things along.
Yes, ma'am. Great suggestion. And Marwan, if you're okay with it, I think that's a recommendation that we could take to council. The question is, it's part of the city charter that would have to be amended?
Yeah, so the
Okay.
city ordinances say actually 7 members and then 60 to actually hear a case. And then 6 must vote, yes or no. But yeah, state statute says at least 5, so.
So is it the charter or the ordinance?
The city ordinance, the core municipal code.
So not the charter. So
Yeah, I'm not sure what the charter says on the number, but the ordinance is in fact right now.
So we could, in essence, make a recommendation for next week's meeting, and maybe it would take 2 meetings, whenever the next meeting is, right? Then 2 meetings for the ordinance, the public hearing.
Yeah, you've got to, you got to propose the ordinance, you've got to post it, you've got to have a first, second reading of it.
Yeah. Okay. So Mr. Chides, right?
Please.
No. Can I say a different name since you don't know?
I'm sorry, how do you pronounce
Mr.
it?
Ruiz. Mr. Ruiz.
Yes, sir. So it's probably too late for us to put it for next week's. The city clerk requires actually for items to be done by today at 5. So any items that go on city council have already been submitted to her. But I think certainly we'll make it a priority. We'll work with Mr. Bati to, it's a simple language change from 6 to 5. But if not certainly not for next Thursday, but the following Thursday, it's an introduction. It's an ordinance, right? Yeah, it's an ordinance. So you'd have to introduce it. And then if we introduce it the second meeting in February, it would be heard on the first meeting in March. And then you could conduct the business, hopefully in February, but if not, then if all 5 of you show up, which are the consistent ones that do reply yes, then we could have a meeting in March.
And the mayor can also appoint a second alternate, right? Because right now currently I see one.
So I'm gonna defer to Judith for just a minute, but my understanding is that we have Robert Renteria and Jesus Ruiz
Oh, I'm
as
the alternate.
alternates.
Okay, good, I'm the alternate, awesome.
Yeah,
Never mind.
yes. Thank you all.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.